Join our incredible moms who have mastered the art of balancing motherhood in today's episode of We Time Convo.
My name is Debbie.
This is Liza.
Moms sharing inspiring stories, practical tips, and a few hilarious anecdotes. And it all begins now.
We Time Convo. Thank you for listening. So today, I pulled up this chat GPT, Irene, of how I should start this segment. You guys want to hear it? Welcome to Liza's Clueless Sports, where we tackle the court with the finesse of a confused spectator. I'm your host, Liza, diving into the world of basketball today. Get ready for some hoops, laughs, and maybe even a few air balls. I love chat GPT. Anyway, so today in Liza's Clueless Sports, we are going to talk about basketball because I believe basketball season just ended. So I have some guests here who are like some, pros in basketball, and they're going to show me how it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and start with you, Tuan. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Tuan. I'm not a pro at basketball. I just know a little bit. I played a little bit. I'm from the Bay Area, and yeah, happy to be here.
My name is Maribel, aka Belle. I know basketball. I don't play basketball, but I know basketball more than a lot of you guys. So yeah.
So I know Maribel. She actually is my cousin. She's more like a sister to me. We grew up together. She's seen me go through everything. She's always there for me. So thanks for coming on, Belle. And I love you. And are you going to say Tuan is your boo?
Oh yeah, Tuan is my boyfriend.
Okay. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to start off by telling you guys what I know. Okay. This is what I know.
You know nothing.
No, I know that there's two teams, right? There's two teams and there's hoops. The premise of the game is they have to get the ball in the hoop for points. Is that right? Am I right so far?
Yeah, but there's two baskets. You can't just shoot in any hoop.
Well, yeah, because they each have a side.
Yeah.
And do they each have positions like how they do in football?
Yeah.
Correct, but nowadays basketball is kind of positionless, so it really doesn't matter your height and size. Okay. Like people nowadays, they have like the bigger 7-foot guys that can handle like a point guard, so it's kind of positionless now.
Okay, we'll go through positions.
But they have to start by having a position.
Correct.
So they start with a position already, but then they kind of move,
It just kind of depends on their skill set,
Okay. So when they throw the ball over the basket, it's 2 points, right?
It's an air ball.
Not over the basket.
In the basket, it's an air ball, right? Not air ball, but it's 2 points.
Depends. There's a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer, so it depends which one.
If they're farther out, then it's usually the 3 points, correct?
There's a
line that divides the 2-pointer from the 3-point shot.
I know the line. I know that line. I've seen it. And then the free throw is 1 point. See, I know some stuff. And so there's 4 quarters in each game.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Each quarter is 12 minutes, right?
Yes.
Totaling 48 minutes, but it's never really 48 minutes.
It's always longer. It's like 2 hours long.
Because of the timeout, fouls.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think the thing that I know like the gist of it, but the thing is I don't know like the fouls and like when they call it. Like I do know that if they intentionally hit somebody, that's foul.
Draymond Green.
And who's that? From the Warriors?
For the Warriors.
Okay. Why do you guys call him that?
That's his name. He's known to
hit people.
Hit people.
Okay.
He's just very aggressive.
He's an aggressive player. So
what kind of foul is that called? Is
he chokes people?
he choked a person. Kicked a couple people in the balls. He did a couple things.
Hit somebody. Is that a specific?
That's a flagrant foul.
It depends on how
it depends on the referee. If he's like
a flagrant.
Well, it depends on the referee. If he's a little petty and doesn't like you, he'll probably kick you out of the game.
But then he's willing to like step out of the game just to get a hit in. Is that what it is?
Well, kind of the way it works is like they have common foul and then they have intentional fouls, and flagrant 1 and flagrant 2. Like flagrant 2 is like if you excessively like try to hurt someone. So if someone's going up for a layup and you just kind of club them across the head, you're going to get kicked out of the game for that. That's what a flagrant 2, you're automatically ejected from the game.
Okay.
They get a flagrant 1, the other team shoots free throws. And I believe you get a technical foul and they get the ball back. So yeah, it really depends on the severity of the foul. Like if it's just a regular little foul.
If it's unintentional, then it's a flagrant flagrant.
They
one.
review
If it's
it.
an intentional,
they
yeah.
review it
Okay.
first.
You guys want to hear something funny?
What's up?
Kind of.
I thought that a flagrant foul was a fragrant foul, and I thought it had something to do with somebody's smell.
Oh my God.
I thought it was because-
fragrance foul?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. And my ex David at the time was like, "Dude, you're hella stupid." And I was like, "Why? Is he hella stink or what?" Like,
Yeah, you're clueless.
yeah, very, very clueless. Okay, so are there any other like fouls?
There's technical fouls. The technical foul usually occurs like if you're crying to the ref about something,
Like if
or
you throw the
if you
ball.
throw the ball in the stands, or it really doesn't have to do with an actual you like causing pain or like hitting the other team.
Yeah.
It's more or less like a verbal thing. Like, if you
Cuss at the ref.
cuss at the ref, that's a bad foul, whatever, and they could tee you up for that, give you a technical foul. You get 2 technical fouls, you're kicked out of the game. So
Is it the same if they cuss at another player?
that too. Even if the 2 players get into like, a kerfuffle, as Steph Curry likes to call it. If he gets into one of those, then
Yeah, he's
then both players could get kicked out of the game depending on how much pushing and shoving. Because the NBA nowadays, in my personal opinion, is super soft. You know what I mean? Compared to like the 90s and the 80s and early 2000s, it was more physical. And now any ticky-tack thing, everyone's crying to the refs and,
I guess
there's a lot of drama
So
in
I
the
guess
NBA.
I should also ask, like, how did you get into watching football, Twan?
Basketball.
How did you start? Or
Basketball,
Oh
Miss
my
Clueless.
bad, basketball.
well, clueless. huh?
Clueless. How did you get into watching it?
For me, when I was younger, like in my household, like you don't have any control over the TV. So you got to watch what everybody else is watching. So growing up, my family, they were Warriors and Laker fans when it came to basketball. So I was forced to watch I'm talking about Magic Johnson, not LeBron James. Get it right, people. I hate LeBron James, FYI. But, we grew up watching the Warriors and the Lakers, so, it just became part of the lifestyle. You watch it every time the games are on. And I just kind of developed a love for it as soon as I picked up the basketball and started actually playing when I was younger. So
Nice. How about you, Maribel? I think our family always
Yeah,
watched
our family. I
favorite
have 5
sports.
brothers, and the TV's always basketball or football.
So did you learn how to watch it on your own?
Yeah.
Or did somebody
Well, sometimes I ask my brothers like whatever like questions, but I learned on my own by watching all the time. Like I used to never miss a Warriors game.
How about you, Jeremiah? Do you want to say how you got into basketball? Because you play basketball.
I got into basketball through my dad. He showed me basketball, and there's this video on YouTube. He was playing basketball with me. I shot and he like blocked it, and I got mad. But yeah, it was cool.
And then you just liked basketball ever since.
Yeah, I just like basketball.
So for the audience, this is Jeremiah. How old are you, Jeremiah?
13.
He's 13. He's Maribel's son, and he's also my godson. So yeah, we're all basketball fans here.
Except for you.
because I don't know. But maybe I will be after this. So okay, going back to the game. So are there's only 2 types of fouls, or is it way more than that? Like how it is with football? Like there's so many freaking things.
Yeah, 6 fouls,
So-
you're out.
if you get 6 fouls in the NBA, like 6 regular fouls,
game?
you're out of the game. Yeah.
Like for good.
For good.
Yeah,
You
just for
can't
that
come back.
game. You play next game.
You also
Can't
get
come back
fined for some of your flagrant and technicals too, right?
Yeah, it varies though. I'm not for sure how much, something way higher than my pay grade, but yeah, they lose thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes for
And that
depending
comes
on
out of the player's pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably chump change for them anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
players
this-
get suspended for almost like the whole season without pay, but
Yeah.
and lose millions of dollars. But if you're making millions of dollars,
It doesn't
that's
matter.
whatever.
It's
you know,
nothing. Yeah.
So this is a McDonald's cheeseburger for them probably.
So there's only 2 types of like fouls really, and then if you have 6 fouls within one game, then you're out of the game.
Well, no.
Are there different kinds?
Yeah, flagrant foul, you
Flagrant?
can get 2. Unless it's,
There's 2 different.
2
flagrant
fouls. Yeah.
fouls. Yeah.
But then technical, no, just regular fouls
yeah.
is 6.
So you get
but there's
6
also
common fouls, yeah.
Technical
And
too.
you can only get 2
What's a
technical
regular
fouls.
foul?
A regular
Like-
foul is
like when you're guarding someone and you just tap their hand, or like when
Yeah.
they shoot and you like hit their
then
yeah.
you
yeah, so you have
Yeah.
blocking foul and
Yeah.
you have shooting fouls.
Oh my god.
Okay, blocking fouls it means that you're pretty much in their path when they're trying to drive to the basket or they're making a move, and you stand in their way and you move with them, and you kind of don't give them enough room to run past you. It's called a blocking foul. But if you stand in front of them and they run you over, that's a charge. So that's an offensive foul. So there's a lot of fouls when it comes.
And
to
so if it's a blocking foul or like a foul that's not a shooting foul, they take the ball out side, unless there's 5 fouls already. It's an automatic free throw. But if you're shooting if you foul someone who's shooting a ball, you get automatic free throws.
Yeah, it's called a shooting foul. Yeah.
What is that when you block it?
Like when someone's shooting and you foul them while they're shooting.
Yeah.
So they get a chance to get their points.
And then depending on where they are, if they're, of course, if they're on the outside of the 3-point line, obviously it's 3 shots. If they're within the 3-point line, then it's 2 shots. So, yeah.
Okay. So I can see how the other team would try to intentionally foul. Right?
They would do that if you're a bad free throw shooter.
Like Shaquille O'Neal, for example. He was one of like the most dominant, probably GOAT big man of all time in the NBA. And he was 7'2" or whatever he was, but like almost 300 pounds, and no one could stop him. So they called it hack-a-shack. And usually as soon as he got the ball, they're just banging on his arm and to get him to the free throw line because he couldn't shoot free throws that good. So
that's the only way to beat him.
That was the only way they could contain him. They couldn't stop him. But
he's retired, right?
He's retired from basketball, but he's doing other things, making millions of dollars.
So how high is a standard NBA
10 feet.
basketball? Oh, it's 10 feet.
Yep.
Okay. So and that's why normally when basketball players have to be pretty. What's short? What's a short height for?
There's been quite a few short NBA players, but me, I'm 6'1", so I'm considered short for NBA, but you have people like Damian Lillard, that's my height, and Curry's a couple inches taller than me. So, people around that are usually super, super fast. Yeah. But they've had people smaller than that. They had Spud Webbs, Muggsy Bogues, a couple other guys too, but those are the main guys. Muggsy Bogues was like 5'2" on a 10-foot hoop.
Bogues can survive today's NBA?
Yes, I think it was a lot harder for him back then because you had so many dominant big men. Everybody was super strong and huge in the paint, like the big guys, like all the centers and forwards. And he had to really be super, super creative. But now, because he wasn't like a short, skinny guy. He was short and stocky. Yeah. So I believe he could go and, create a lot of baskets, with his size. So yeah, he would be able to survive nowadays.
So do most recruiters look at the height though, or is it more of just like?
I think it's the skill level.
The skill, yeah.
Yeah, they have, but it's hard. Like for shorter players to be recognized, you know what I mean? Because the average height, in my opinion, in the NBA is probably around 6'5", 6'7", around that time, around that height. So yeah, it's kind of hard to get recognized. You just have to be like super, super over the top to be like recognized as a short basketball player. Yeah.
And for timeouts, can the coaches call that anytime during the game, or is there a specific time that they could do that?
They have possession, I believe.
When they have possession and you can't just call timeout.
You can't just call it whenever. Okay.
You have to have possession of the ball, I believe, to call timeout.
So someone's shooting timeout.
Yeah, because I feel like when I watch a game, it's like 2 hours long, and I'm like, it's supposed to be an hour.
It's pretty long.
Okay,
and they have halftime. That's why
I think for me, it's more of the fouls. Like I don't understand other than them being hit or whatever. I don't think I can really understand all of that. But I feel like basketball is the one game that I could probably watch rather than football because I can't do football.
Have you been to a real basketball?
Yeah, didn't we go to a couple Warriors? So we did. We used to go to a lot of the Warriors games when they were like $20 a ticket, and they gave out free chalupas, right?
Yeah, they do. If you scored 100 points, but Warriors hardly did because
they weren't good at that time, so it was so cheap. But it was fun. I love the Warriors games. I feel like I love the atmosphere of the games. It's probably better now because it's really good, right?
No, it's super overpriced now. Like me and Maribel go all the time, and it's just. But we're like real fans though, it's kind of like because of where we live, Silicon Valley, there's a bunch of techies that have excuse my language, with a shit ton of money, and they drive the ticket prices up. Like I'm a Oracle baby too, I was going when the tickets were $18, sitting in the nosebleeds to go see Kobe and Shaq play, so I come from that era of like, the trash Warriors, and nowadays it kind of sucks because you go to the games now and you see people that are fresh off of work still wearing their work attire, and they just buy a brand new jersey and throw it on, and they're an automatic fan. It's annoying to see. So.
How much is an average ticket price to get into a Warriors game?
Well, it depends because you can buy nosebleeds for less than $100.
She doesn't know because she will never sit in the nosebleeds. We sit comfortably when we go there, not courtside, but we because. My eyesight is getting bad, and I know her eyesight is bad, so we don't want to sit way up there. We want to sit close, and you know what I mean. It's just it's a better atmosphere when you sit lower. You know what I mean. But at the same time, it's like more of those, like I said, those .com like techies that are like down there too. So
Right.
when me and Maribel go, we're in there acting the ass, you know, and you know,
And they've moved to another stadium.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's the one we're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been going since they played everywhere, even in San Jose.
Yeah.
I think I took my nephews to their first games in San Jose at the HP, or is it? I don't know. The one in San Jose. Now,
Yeah.
it's called SAP Center, but I used to be a season ticket holder when they were trash. It was only like $1,000.
How much is it to be a season ticket holder now?
A lot. Like
what is like?
15 or like 10. It well depends also.
Yeah.
depends on your seats. Yeah.
It's like 10,000 and up, basically.
Yeah. Jeremiah, how many games do you think you've gone to? Warriors games?
Probably like 10.
10. Yeah.
Well, I took him a lot when he was little with his dad.
I took him to a super funny story. Took him to go see the Denver Nuggets. When was that? What year was that, Jeremiah? 2 years ago? A year ago?
It's probably 2 years.
2022.
2022. So 2022, I took him to see. It was the Warriors playing against the Denver Nuggets, and it was like probably one of the best games he can go to because they were going back to back, you know, scoring. And the Denver Nuggets hit a buzzer beater, and Jeremiah got so pissed. He stood on top of the seat and started kicking the seats in front of him, the seats behind him, and he's just having like this
Jeremiah.
crazy. He's a real fan though, so
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean. That's one thing I will never take past him or anybody that's around my family. I know they're genuine Warrior fans. You know what I mean. So it's just he don't know. You know what I mean. He's young. You know, he's only 13. You know what I mean. So he was in there going crazy, and I was like, relax, man. It was a good game. Like at least you didn't see a blowout. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to. When me and Maribel was going, they were just blowing people out, you know, just blowing them out. 30 points.
You don't know what a
winning by
blowout
like
is,
30.
Liza?
Blowout. I only know a blowout when you're like taking shit in your pants. Blowout. What's a blowout?
A blowout is when pretty much you beat the team so bad that usually like they pull their starters out in like the third quarter, you know what I mean, and let the bench players that never get any play. They call it garbage time minutes. So they let the bench play, and because they're winning by so much, and they know there's no way possible that they could catch up from like a 30 point. They're down 30 or 40 points, you know. So you know what I mean. Those games are super boring to go to. You know what I mean. They're super boring to go to.
Like we leave early.
Yeah.
So what types of positions are there on a team? Do you want to do this, Jeremiah?
Go.
Let's see if you know. And how yeah, let's see.
Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center.
So there's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you tell me what each one does?
Point guard brings the ball up and facilitates their offense. Shooting guard basically just goes around a bunch of screens and shoots it.
Okay.
Small forward they could post up or shoot, basically. Power forward and center kind of do the same thing. They just post up.
Do they try to like block?
Yeah, they block, and that's basically it. Like they're just big.
Yeah, they usually the big guys like the power forward and the centers. They usually are the guys that are blocking the shots and protecting the basket. They're rim protectors. So anytime a shot is missed, they're supposed to be the first ones to grab the rebound. So yeah, but he hit it right on the head. He knows what he's talking about.
You know your stuff. What does Steph Curry do?
Point guard, but he's also shooting guard.
Yeah,
He's the only one that
He's
I
a
know.
2. I think he's a 2 guard.
he's both. He's
Yeah,
both.
'cause-
But the Warriors have such a complex offense that you'll see Draymond Green, who's like a center power forward, bring the ball up the court like a point guard. But that's why I was telling you earlier that basketball now is positionless. You know, you got people alternating roles. They could do whatever they want, you know, because their skills are so high now. Like back in the days, you wouldn't see people like Shaquille O'Neal or Hakeem Olajuwon or one of those super big guys bringing the ball up court like a point guard. Now you got people like Victor Wembanyama, who's what, 6 or 7'4", is he?
He's
7'6". What is he? He's like 7'4" or something, and he's
Oh my God,
super
he's like
tall.
Hagrid.
And he could dribble the ball like a point guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have guys like that. You have Chet Holmgren, who's also another 7-footer that could dribble really well and could shoot really well.
Are
so
all these people on the Warriors?
No.
none of them are.
Just
None of
random
those
people
two.
from
No.
different times? From
No,
regular
they
other
play right
teams?
now.
I don't want that to happen yet because I like a lot of players. You know what I mean? I'm a Warriors fan, but also I'm like a basketball fan. I like a lot of different players. You know what I mean? Me and Maribel talk crap to each other all the time about this and that player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I hear it all the time, and I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, it's like for example, like the goat conversation. You know what a goat is, right?
Greatest of all time?
Yes, correct.
Yes,
So like, but we have a GOAT conversation probably 3 times a week. You know what I mean?
Who do you think is the GOAT?
I don't know. There's so many good people, but
But who do you guys fight over?
Well,
no, we don't really.
We just
like say
we
like
nitpick at each other.
how? Why do you think?
But the thing is with me is like there's a lot of goats. You know what I mean? In my opinion, you know what I mean? Like I hate LeBron James, but he's a GOAT. You know, I give credit when credit's due. But, you know, I like other players too. Like we have a funny GOAT conversation about Carmelo Anthony all the time. And I always say he's a GOAT messing around with her. But, you know, he is because he's like number 10 on the all-time scoring list. You know what I mean? And for the NBA.
Doesn't mean he's a GOAT.
See, there she goes. See, there. So, but if you look at the people above.
Why is that, Maribel?
Because he's trash.
She just doesn't like him because of personal reasons. Because he's a cheater and all that other personal crap. You know what I mean? So she's trying to gas him. So
no, because Kobe.
Well,
he's a GOAT for real. He's a real GOAT, not like your pretend GOAT.
No, Kobe is a GOAT. You know, but everybody emulated their style from somebody. So like, you can't say Kobe's a GOAT without saying Michael Jordan's a GOAT.
He is a GOAT.
Kobe. I said you can't say him without saying he's a GOAT without saying Michael Jordan's a GOAT, you know, because Kobe, he mimicked his style from Jordan.
Well, you
know
could
I mean?
if you didn't watch Michael Jordan and you only watch Kobe.
But I watched Jordan.
We used
you know
to
what I mean?
watch.
Watched all the old school guys, you know what I mean? So
yeah, I know, but I'm just.
How often do they fight like this over sports, Jeremiah?
A lot.
Even
not just basketball.
It's not just basketball. Yeah, well, she got me on the football thing. Like I barely started playing fantasy football like 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And I'm just a straight Niners fan. Yeah. And I didn't really learn about other players. Well, unless they were like a superstar. You know what I mean? Other than that, she knows like way more about football. She put me up on football. Like, you know, I'm sure all the men out there are like, what are you talking about? That's just true. Because I like basketball and I like soccer. So it is what it is. But I like football too. I like my home team. But she knows like a lot about football, way more than me. And she you know, she acknowledged me all the time. I pick her brain about it. Sometimes I try to argue with her about it just to try to get information out of her. But
so you learned more about football from Maribel.
Correct. No cap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's hard. I would never.
I found like a lot.
Okay, so why hasn't the Warriors made it to the playoffs this year?
Injuries.
A lot of injuries.
And Draymond was suspended for like 18 games, and when he got suspended, like. No, yeah, he was. They weren't playing too well.
See, that's the way I look at it. Like my reason why is for the Warriors to win a championship, they have to be perfect because they're a small team. They don't have any 7-footers that I know of. They have no 7-footers, and they're a shooting team. You know what I mean? And everybody's super small. So like. They have to be like perfect. Like she was saying, Draymond Green got suspended. You know, people got injured. Like if that happens, there's no way we could win another championship. Yeah. Unless we get another big man. But like trying to find a true big man in the NBA is like close to impossible. And the Warriors are paying everybody so much money that they can't afford a big man. You know what I mean? So
the Warriors didn't make it because of Klay Thompson. He 0 for 10 in the play-in. Got me hella mad. He's like supposed to be a lights out shooter. He's missing 10 shots wide open.
Well, someone was 0-10 too, and they were in the playoffs. Who was it again? Remember? And they're like, oh, he was 0-10. Who was that?
Somebody got eliminated. I remember.
Yeah, I remember. And we're like, he busted a play.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
But who was that?
So let's talk. I have Irene waving this in my face. Olympics. Okay. The Olympics have a basketball team?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, they have one right. Well, right now it's not. Wait, the USA team.
They have a USA team. Yeah.
Do they pluck different players from different teams?
Yes, I think.
I think they're invited, and then they can either agree or not. Like one time they didn't go because there was like a war or something going on, and they refused to go. But I think you're invited, and then if they refuse, they just go to the next like player. It's either they're voted in somehow, but I know for sure you can't just be like I want to play, and they let you play. It's different. I believe it's a vote.
Is our Olympics team any good?
This year,
they will be this year.
This season, yeah.
Who's going to be in it?
I know for sure Steph Curry, LeBron James,
KD's
Kevin Durant.
Who else? Devin Booker, I think.
Oh, isn't that Kylie's man?
Are they working? Are they still together?
I think they got back together. Oh. Why I know this or how I know this, I don't know. So
the Kardashians are a jinx too.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna go around and ask some basketball trivia and see how much you guys know about basketball. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
How many teams play in the NBA Raise your hand if you know. Go ahead, Jeremy.
30.
There you go. Okay.
30.
Which two teams share the record for NBA championships won?
I think it's the Celtics.
Lakers and Celtics.
Good job, guys. Okay. Who is the all-time points scored record holder?
LeBron James.
No, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, he passed him already.
Passed
He just
him
passed
already.
him. That's old.
Oh, this is
That's
old
old
news?
news.
Yeah, he old. He has like 40,000 points right now. He's beat him by like 2,000 already or something like that.
okay.
Yeah. I think Kareem has like 38,000 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. As of 2024, which NBA teams play in California?
We have the Clippers,
The Warriors.
the Warriors,
Lakers.
Kings.
The Kings.
There you
That's
go.
it.
Yep, 4.
Okay. This is stupid. Which NBA team plays in Miami, Florida?
Miami Heat. Miami Heat.
Which their coach is Filipino.
Oh, really?
True.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he never played basketball. And he got championships.
That's a little hidden joke.
No, he doesn't play basketball.
Because me and Maribel always have funny conversations about basketball because she's never played and I've played. So I'm just like, you don't know what you're talking about. She's like, I don't have to play to know. Like, because she doesn't know the work that you have to put into doing this. Like, how can you miss a shot? How can you miss somebody up? Like, you can because, it happens.
I know how much work.
Okay. Which NBA player sold the most jerseys in 2022?
LeBron James or Stephen Curry.
It's Steph Curry. I feel like you
It
guys
used
know
to be
all this.
LeBron James.
The Pelicans play in which city?
New Orleans.
Yes. Which is the only NBA team which does not play on the continental United States?
That's Toronto
Toronto.
Raptors.
Indiana Pacers.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. It says which is the only NBA team which does not play on the
No,
So where do they play? I don't know.
No.
You gotta fact check it.
Yeah, you have to. My phone doesn't work.
My internet's like messed up.
What's the average height in the NBA?
6'4".
Probably
Four,
6'6".
6'6". There you go. Ding 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 ding. Okay. Which player has won the most NBA championships?
Bill Russell.
Yes. Who holds the record for the most 3 points made?
Stephen
in a season?
Curry.
Okay.
Steph Curry. Yeah.
All right. Which player played in the NBA the longest?
LeBron James.
It's
Vince
LeBron.
Carter.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't know it was. I didn't know when you meant
Well,
active. Yeah.
Oh.
You're right.
Even
Vince Carter. He was
active.
like 43 or something. 44.
He retired like 4 years ago.
Yeah, he barely retired.
Like
not that long
2020.
ago. Yep.
Which NBA player turned TV personality was nicknamed the Round Mound of Rebound?
That's some old school shit.
Yeah.
No, I heard of that.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Charles
gonna say
Barkley because he was
because-
mound round.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I should have said Barkley.
So yeah, which players are retiring soon? After the season.
I think LeBron James wants to play one game while because he has a son that's declaring himself to the NBA. So I think he's mentioned that he wants to play with him I don't know, with him or in a team or in the NBA.
Right.
It's just another LeBron flex, which I don't like. He always has to, try to
Try to
throw
up
glitter on himself or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? But
But
I think the only one that's done it was Ken Griffey Jr. and Ken Griffey Sr. These two baseball players. They're like the
the
only like father son that actually played on the same team. It might be some other ones, but that's the only ones I can know off the top of my head. But yeah.
I don't know who else. I don't know who
But
else
retiring is going to be
Al
Horford.
I think he just wait. I think he
What team is he in?
Celtics.
Okay.
I think he's trying to
Celtics,
get a
yeah.
ring before he retires, but I don't think he's ever going to get one. So he needs to retire already.
Yeah.
And when do they determine? Is it it's time to retire? Is it age? Is it just like injury or both?
It's both.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
the NBA players' shelf life isn't that much because you got to realize these guys are super tall.
Mm-hmm.
There a lot of these guys been playing like probably before Jeremiah's even been playing like as little kids, and that's a lot of wear and tear on the body, a lot of wear and tear on their joints, and your shelf life is just not there. It's not like playing baseball where you just sit there all day and don't do anything. You know what I mean?
So
I
what's
think
like the age?
most of those
what's
guys
old?
retire like LeBron James, even Steph Curry right now is considered old for NBA. If you're like in your early 30s, that's considered like old for NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because most of the guys are like super fast in their 20s. You know what I mean? And once they start getting lower 20 or their older 20s, it's just their body just starts breaking down. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's life.
Right.
So.
And do they continue to still get paid after they retire? They just retire with the money that they've earned.
I'm not 100% sure when it comes to, Jeremiah, go ahead.
If they sign like deals and stuff, they still get paid. Like Nike,
sponsorship?
yeah, like Nike, New Balance. What else?
Most of them have
drinks.
like their own business, or
Like they make shoes.
they
or
make
something.
shoes, or
But as an NBA check, I don't think they get any more NBA checks. I
Yeah.
think that's
So
over.
once they're done with the NBA.
They might have like some sort of like retirement
yeah. 'Cause,
thing.
like Allen
yeah.
Iverson's. Oh no, that's Reebok.
Nah, he
Never mind.
got cashed out by
Yeah.
Reebok. Yeah.
Didn't we recently just get a WNBA team?
Yeah, the Golden State Valkyrie. That's going to be a Bay Area team.
Nice. Are
They're
you
not
guys
playing.
excited for that?
Yeah, we're going to probably go to their games for sure because we're Bay Area. We represent the Bay Area when it comes to the sports stuff. So they're not playing this year though. They're playing next year.
Is this the first Bay Area WNBA team?
No, well, not Bay Area. They had a Kings Monarchs, Sacramento Monarchs, but they're no longer.
What's a good WNBA team that's doing really well right now?
Well, obviously, Vegas Aces. They won like back-to-back championships. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable about the WNBA. I'm not trying to be biased or anything. It's kind of boring to me, but
Why
of
do you
course,
think it's
because
boring?
I'm like I said, I'm 6'1". I was dunking when I was playing basketball. You know
But
what I mean?
these
So
women
like
are
these
probably
women
taller
are
than
like,
you.
yeah, and they're not dunking. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of strong
They can dunk
layups
over you.
and a lot of
you.
3-pointers. You know what I mean? Like so like it doesn't really excite me that much, but. I seen this girl named Juju who's like 19 and she can handle the ball really well. She's really creative. And then you got the new girl, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
But, it's a bunch of controversy with that girl as well because, the NBA, the WNBA is like a lot of those girls are hating on her.
Why?
Because I don't know why they would hate on her because she's bringing a lot of money to the WNBA.
You're just bringing girl energy.
Yeah, they're just girls.
It's just the older players. They're kind of like, we've been doing this type attitude. You know what I mean? So it's like, you didn't save us because we've been doing this. But I was watching the WNBA when it first started with Liza Leslie and Cheryl Swoops and
Sue Bird.
Yeah, Sue Bird and Kim Perrette. I think her name was Kim Perrette. I think she passed away from like breast cancer or something. But I was watching it like. Yeah. When it first started, and, Lisa Leslie was dunking, you know what I mean? And then since Lisa Leslie left, it was, I think it was one other girl that was able to dunk. And then, you know what I mean? But it's not like, for me, it's not super, super exciting. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be wrong, like mean or anything. It just doesn't excite me. Okay. But I've been watching it recently because of, the new girls and all the controversy and stuff that's going on. I guess.
I was like Real Housewives.
Yeah. You kind of gravitate towards the drama. You know what I mean? A little bit. But
so is the WNBA season the same as the regular NBA season, or is it different?
It's different right now. Well, WNBA starts during the playoffs.
Okay.
So the season just started. I think they're 13 games in already.
Do you guys religiously watch it, or is it just on in the background?
I don't watch it.
I've been putting it on.
Yeah.
Like I get all the schedules on my phone, and there's a game that I like, I'll put it on.
Yeah,
and I make them watch it.
Caitlin's playing or Age is playing or let's watch Juju. Like when it was a college, we were watching a lot of the college games.
Yeah, I watch a lot of college basketball too.
A lot of people say college basketball is more exciting.
It is more exciting.
And why is that? Is it just do they play?
It's the crowd too.
Okay.
And it's like they have the March Madness where all the top teams play together, and then whoever makes it to the Final Four, and then
Is it because a lot of people are younger?
Yeah, they're younger, and you can see who's gonna who's capable of being in the NBA, or like this guy's Warriors should draft them. Talks like that or whatever. But
I think it's like. It's because they're trying to make the NBA, so they're trying to impress like their peers, That
makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with Jeremiah as well. Like I believe it's a different drive, a different hunger that they have because they're not making millions of dollars and they're trying to get to that level. So
They make money.
They are. They are
making it now. Before it was
not as much.
Yes, not as much. They can get like gifts and stuff now. Before they couldn't get that. If not, then you cannot.
They like now the colleges have to pay them because before the colleges were making tons of money off of them,
and they're not getting
them
that
on
though.
advertisements and selling their numbered jerseys and stuff like that. So now I believe they get a percentage of that now, which is cool. If you're 17, 18, 19 years old, you know what I mean, getting whatever thousands of dollars for your jersey sales, and advertisements. I think it's good, but. From watching it, it's still super exciting. You know what I mean? It's not more or less like, because the NBA, it's basketball, but they're still trying to put on a show. You know what I mean?
So are the college basketball rules exactly the same as like regular NBA rules, or is it different?
It's different. Like well, not the rules, but like they play shorter minutes and
Yeah, they only play 2 halves. They don't play 4 quarters. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So is there any college basketball players right now to look out for? Like that is, do you feel like is doing really well right now that can make it? Do you guys?
Some of the players are already declared for the NBA, so the draft is coming up soon.
And you guys watch that?
We watched that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Warriors got like.
They didn't even get a pick.
Yeah, the Warriors don't have a pick this year,
Blazers
so
robbed
we're
it
going to
from
be.
them.
It's going to suck this year for picking up new talent.
New thing.
You know what I
How
mean?
do they pick for a draft? Like how
Well,
does
if
that
you
work?
suck, you get. They have like a
lottery.
lottery.
Okay.
So if your team is like the worst, you have the better chance of getting the first pick.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so if you're like, and then there's a lot of like stuff in the middle that goes on that behind the scenes, like
trades.
you make a trade. Like for example, this will probably never happen if they traded Steph Curry to the Lakers. They'll trade him for like,
the number one.
we want to get, you give us 3 of the Laker players, you give us 5 of your number 1 picks for the next 10, for the next 5 drafts and money on top of that. So like that messes up the draft as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's a
it's
bunch
like
of like,
crazy.
it's so
what
many
we-
twists and turns that we don't even know half of the time what's going on. You know what I
We
mean?
would
like
watch,
dirty
but we
behind
would,
the scenes?
yeah, we would
It's
watch it
not
like,
really
oh my
behind the
God.
scenes,
Yeah,
you know?
we would watch it. We look, like headline, like doo-doo-doo, and then like a new.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like, oh
Warriors
my
lose
God,
their
look
pick
at
to the Trailblazers. You're like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have nothing.
Sounds crazy. I've
Yeah.
never watched one, but that's crazy how that all is done and how they do that.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. That's all we have, right? Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I honestly learned so much. Maybe I'll come over and for once watch a basketball
No,
game.
we do have basketball parties, and you just don't watch
I'm just
it.
there for the party. I'm just there to eat the food and drink and,
And
like
fall asleep on the couch.
fall asleep on the couch the whole time. But thank you guys so much for coming on. This was so much fun. I've learned so much. Thank you, Twan, Belle, and Jeremiah.
Thank you for having us.
you.